Have you ever wondered if one simple food could do more to fight inflammation than turmeric? For years, turmeric has been celebrated as one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory remedies. Millions of people take it every day hoping to ease joint pain, protect their heart, sharpen their mind, and slow down aging. But what if the real champion against inflammation is something even more powerful? Something backed by growing scientific research and recommended by health experts like Dr. Alan Mandell. Today, I want to share a message that could change the way you think about aging, energy, and long-term health, because inflammation may be one of the biggest hidden reasons why so many people over the age of 50 struggle with aches, fatigue, weight gain, memory problems, and chronic disease. The good news is that your body has an incredible ability to heal when you give it the right support. As we get older, a process known as chronic low-grade inflammation begins to develop inside the body. Many researchers call it inflammaging. Unlike the inflammation that appears after an injury and then disappears, this type of inflammation quietly stays active day after day, month after month, and year after year. It slowly affects the joints, blood vessels, digestive system, brain, and metabolism. Often people don't even realize it is happening until symptoms begin to appear. This is why so many adults over 50 notice that they don't recover as quickly as they once did. They may wake up feeling stiff. They may gain weight despite eating the same foods. They may experience lower energy levels, brain fog, or increasing discomfort in their joints. These changes are not simply a normal part of aging. In many cases, inflammation is playing a major role. Turmeric certainly has benefits. The active compound called curcumin has been shown to help reduce inflammatory signals in the body. It can block certain pathways that contribute to inflammation and may provide meaningful support for overall health. But there is one challenge. Curcumin has relatively low absorption in the body. Even though it can help reduce inflammation, it may not completely address the deeper process of resolving inflammation. This is where something remarkable happens. Scientists have discovered that the body has its own natural inflammation resolution system. When functioning properly, this system doesn't just suppress inflammation, it actively helps bring it to a healthy conclusion. The compounds responsible for this process are called specialized pro-resolving mediators, often known as SPMs. These include resolvins, protectins, and maresins. And where do these powerful compounds come from? They are produced from omega-3 fatty acids. That brings us to the food that deserves much more attention: fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and herring are among the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These healthy fats provide the building blocks your body uses to create compounds that help regulate and resolve inflammation in a natural way. Think about that for a moment. Instead of simply blocking inflammation, these nutrients help your body restore balance. They support the very mechanisms designed to protect your tissues and organs from long-term inflammatory damage. This is especially important for heart health. Chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels and increase the risk of cardiovascular problems. Omega-3 fatty acids have been associated with better blood vessel function, healthier triglyceride levels, and improved cardiovascular wellness. For older adults looking to protect their heart and maintain an active lifestyle, this is incredibly encouraging. The benefits don't stop there. Inflammation and metabolism are deeply connected. When inflammation remains elevated, insulin signaling can become less effective. Over time, this may contribute to insulin resistance, increased fat storage, weight gain, and a greater risk of type 2 diabetes. Many people become frustrated because they feel like their metabolism has slowed down. They exercise, they watch what they eat, and yet the weight seems harder to lose. While many factors influence metabolism, chronic inflammation may be one of the hidden obstacles standing in the way. By supporting healthy inflammatory balance, omega-3 rich foods may help improve insulin sensitivity and metabolic function. That means your body can work more efficiently, helping you feel stronger, healthier, and more energized. Another area where omega-3s truly shine is brain health. DHA is one of the most important structural fats found in the brain. It plays a vital role in memory, focus, and cognitive function. As people age, inflammation within the brain can contribute to cognitive decline and memory challenges. Supporting brain health isn't only about mental sharpness, It's about maintaining independence, confidence, and quality of life. Imagine being able to enjoy meaningful conversations, remember important moments, and stay mentally engaged with the people you love. Nourishing your brain today can help support those goals for years to come. Now, here is the exciting part. You don't need a complicated plan. You don't need expensive treatments. Small, consistent actions can create powerful results over time. Try including fatty fish in your meals 2 or 3 times each week. Pair it with colorful vegetables, leafy greens, berries, olive oil, avocado, and walnuts. These foods provide antioxidants, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds that work together to support your body's natural defenses. Take a daily walk. It doesn't have to be intense. Even 20 to 30 minutes of gentle movement can help improve circulation, support metabolism, and reduce inflammatory stress. Movement reminds your body that it was designed to stay active. Pay attention to sleep. Quality sleep is one of the most powerful healing tools available. During sleep, your body repairs tissues, regulates hormones, and supports healthy immune function. Protecting your sleep may be one of the smartest investments you can make in your future health. Reduce highly processed foods whenever possible. Many ultra-processed foods contain ingredients that can promote inflammation when consumed excessively. Instead, focus on simple, whole foods that nourish your body and provide lasting energy. Most importantly, maintain a positive mindset. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions influence your health. Every healthy choice you make sends a message to your body that you are committed to healing, growth, and longevity. Remember, aging does not mean giving up your vitality. Aging does not mean accepting constant pain, fatigue, or decline. Every day presents a new opportunity to support your body and improve your future. The goal is not merely to add years to your life. The goal is to add life to your years. So the next time you hear about turmeric, remember that it certainly has value. But don't overlook the incredible power of omega-3 rich fatty fish. Research continues to reveal how these remarkable nutrients help regulate inflammation, support heart health, strengthen metabolism, protect the brain, and promote healthier aging. Your body is always listening to the choices you make. Feed it wisely, move it regularly, rest it deeply, think positively, and give yourself permission to believe that your healthiest years may still be ahead of you. As we grow older, one of the most important health challenges we face is something many people have never even heard of. It is called inflammaging, a term used to describe chronic low-grade inflammation that develops gradually as we age. Unlike the inflammation that occurs when you cut your finger or sprain an ankle, inflammaging is much quieter. It often works behind the scenes, causing damage over many years without creating obvious symptoms in the beginning. That is why it is often called a silent threat to healthy aging. When we are young, the immune system is highly efficient. It responds quickly to infections, injuries, and other threats, then shuts down the inflammatory response once the danger has passed. As the years go by, however, this process becomes less precise. The immune system can remain slightly activated even when there is no immediate threat. This constant state of low-level inflammation places stress on tissues and organs throughout the body. One reason this happens is the accumulation of damaged and aging cells. Over time, cells experience wear and tear from environmental toxins, poor dietary habits, stress, lack of sleep, and normal metabolic processes. Some of these cells stop functioning properly, but do not die when they should. Instead, they remain in the body and release inflammatory chemicals that continuously signal the immune system. These signals create a background level of inflammation that slowly spreads through the body. The effects can be seen in many different areas of health. In the joints, chronic inflammation may contribute to stiffness, discomfort, and the gradual breakdown of cartilage. Many adults notice that movements that once felt effortless become more difficult. Activities such as climbing stairs, bending down, or standing for long periods may become increasingly uncomfortable as inflammatory processes continue to affect joint tissues. The cardiovascular system is also highly vulnerable. Blood vessels are designed to remain flexible and healthy, allowing blood to flow efficiently throughout the body. Persistent inflammation can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, making them more susceptible to plaque buildup and other complications. This increases strain on the heart and may contribute to long-term cardiovascular problems. Inflammation can also affect the digestive system. The gut contains a large portion of the body's immune activity, and chronic inflammation may disrupt the balance of beneficial bacteria that support digestion and overall health. When this balance is disturbed, it can create a cycle in which inflammation and digestive issues reinforce each other. Perhaps one of the most concerning effects involves the brain. Scientists increasingly recognize that chronic inflammation may influence cognitive function as people age. Inflammatory chemicals can affect communication between brain cells and may contribute to memory problems, reduced concentration, and slower mental processing. What begins as mild forgetfulness can gradually become more noticeable over time as inflammatory stress continues to impact the nervous system. Inflammation does not develop overnight. It is the result of countless small factors accumulating over decades. Poor nutrition, physical inactivity, chronic stress, inadequate sleep, excess body fat, environmental exposures, and repeated immune challenges all contribute to the inflammatory burden carried by the body. Because the process is gradual, many people assume the resulting symptoms are simply a normal part of aging, when, in reality, chronic inflammation is often playing a significant role behind the scenes. Turmeric has earned a reputation as one of the most powerful natural remedies for inflammation, and for good reason. For centuries, it has been used in traditional wellness practices, and modern research has helped explain why it has attracted so much attention. The key active compound in turmeric is curcumin, a natural substance that has demonstrated impressive anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Many people turn to turmeric supplements or add the spice to their meals in hopes of reducing joint pain, supporting heart health, protecting the brain, and slowing the effects of aging. One of the reasons curcumin is so highly regarded is its ability to influence important inflammatory pathways within the body. Chronic inflammation is often driven by chemical messengers and signaling molecules that remain active for long periods of time. Curcumin has been shown to help regulate some of these pathways, including NF-κB, a protein complex that plays a central role in activating inflammatory responses. By helping to reduce the activity of these inflammatory signals, curcumin may support a healthier balance within the immune system. Research has also shown that curcumin may help reduce the production of inflammatory cytokines. Cytokines are small proteins released by immune cells that help coordinate the body's response to threats. While these substances are necessary for protection and healing, excessive production can contribute to ongoing inflammation and tissue damage. Curcumin's ability to influence these inflammatory compounds is one reason many people experience relief from certain inflammatory conditions when incorporating turmeric into their lifestyle. Despite these promising benefits, turmeric is not a complete solution to chronic inflammation. One major challenge involves bioavailability, which refers to how much of a substance is absorbed and utilized by the body. Curcumin is naturally difficult for the body to absorb. Even when consumed in relatively large amounts, only a small percentage may enter the bloodstream and reach the tissues where it is needed. This is why many supplement manufacturers combine curcumin with black pepper extract, known as piperine, which can significantly improve absorption. Even with these enhancements, absorption remains a limitation compared to some other nutritional strategies. Another important consideration is the difference between reducing inflammation and resolving inflammation. Most people think of inflammation as something that simply needs to be turned off. However, the body's inflammatory response is a complex and necessary process. It helps fight infections, repair injuries, and protect against harmful invaders. The goal is not to eliminate inflammation completely, but to allow it to complete its job and then return to a balanced state. Curcumin primarily works by helping suppress inflammatory signals. While this can be beneficial, it does not fully activate the body's natural systems that are responsible for ending inflammation and promoting recovery. Scientists now understand that inflammation resolution is an active biological process involving specialized compounds that signal the immune system to calm down, clear damaged cells, and restore normal function. This process requires specific nutrients that turmeric alone cannot fully provide. Many people are surprised to learn that despite turmeric's impressive reputation, it may be only one piece of a much larger picture. A comprehensive approach to healthy aging requires addressing the root causes of chronic inflammation while also supporting the body's built-in mechanisms for repair and recovery. This is where other nutrients, particularly omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, offer unique advantages by helping the body not only control inflammation, but also guide it toward a healthy resolution and restoration of balance. If there is one food that stands out for its remarkable ability to support the body's natural fight against chronic inflammation, it is fatty fish. While many foods offer health benefits, fatty fish provide a unique combination of nutrients that directly influence the processes involved in inflammation control and resolution. This is one reason why populations that regularly consume fish-rich diets often experience lower rates of chronic inflammatory diseases and enjoy longer, healthier lives. The true power of fatty fish comes from their high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA, known as eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, known as docosahexaenoic acid. These essential fats are incorporated into cell membranes throughout the body and play a critical role in maintaining healthy immune function. Unlike many dietary fats that can promote inflammatory activity when consumed in excess, EPA and DHA help create a more balanced immune response. Scientists have discovered that omega-3 fatty acids do far more than simply reduce inflammation. They serve as the raw materials for specialized compounds called resolvins, protectins, and mycins. These substances belong to a group known as specialized pro-resolving mediators, or SPMs. Their role is not merely to suppress inflammation, but to actively guide the body through the resolution phase of the inflammatory process. This distinction is extremely important because unresolved inflammation can linger for years and contribute to the development of chronic disease. When the body experiences injury, infection, or stress, inflammation naturally increases as part of the healing response. Ideally, once the threat has been addressed, specialized signals tell the immune system to slow down and begin repair. In many older adults, however, this resolution process becomes less efficient. The immune system may remain partially activated, leading to ongoing tissue damage and accelerated aging. Omega-3 fatty acids help support the production of the signals needed to switch off excessive inflammation and promote healing. Fatty fish also support cardiovascular health, one of the areas most affected by chronic inflammation. Inflammation can damage the inner lining of blood vessels and contribute to plaque formation. EPA and DHA help maintain healthier blood vessel function, support normal blood flow, and reduce factors associated with cardiovascular risk. They are also known to help lower triglyceride levels, which can further benefit heart health and metabolic balance. The metabolic benefits are equally impressive. Chronic inflammation is closely linked to insulin resistance, a condition in which cells become less responsive to insulin. This can lead to higher blood sugar levels, increased fat storage, and a greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Omega-3 fatty acids help support healthy metabolic function by promoting a more balanced inflammatory environment and improving communication between cells and insulin. Fatty fish are also among the most valuable foods for brain health. DHA is a major structural component of the brain and nervous system. Adequate intake helps support memory, concentration, learning, and cognitive performance. Since chronic inflammation can contribute to age-related cognitive decline, consuming omega-3 rich fish may help protect the brain from inflammatory stress while supporting long-term mental function. Some of the best sources of these powerful omega-3 fats include salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and herring. These fish provide substantial amounts of EPA and DHA in a natural, highly bioavailable form that the body can readily use. Regularly including them in meals offers a simple yet powerful strategy for supporting immune balance, protecting vital organs, promoting healthy aging, and helping the body manage inflammation in the way nature intended. Chronic inflammation does far more than create occasional aches and pains. It can influence some of the most important systems in the body, including the heart, metabolism, and brain. What makes inflammation especially dangerous is that it often works silently for years before obvious symptoms appear. During that time, it can gradually damage tissues, disrupt normal biological processes, and increase the risk of many age-related diseases. The cardiovascular system is one of the first areas affected by long-term inflammation. Healthy blood vessels are smooth, flexible, and able to efficiently transport blood, oxygen, and nutrients throughout the body. When inflammation remains elevated, it can damage the delicate inner lining of these vessels. This damage creates an environment where cholesterol and other substances are more likely to accumulate along artery walls. Over time, these deposits can form plaques that narrow blood vessels and make circulation less efficient. The heart must then work harder to pump blood throughout the body, increasing stress on the cardiovascular system. Inflammation also contributes to oxidative stress, a process that damages cells and tissues through unstable molecules known as free radicals. Together, inflammation and oxidative stress can accelerate the aging of blood vessels and increase the likelihood of cardiovascular complications. This helps explain why chronic inflammation is considered one of the major underlying factors associated with heart disease, stroke, and other circulatory disorders. The relationship between inflammation and metabolism is equally important. Many people notice that maintaining a healthy weight becomes more challenging as they age. While hormonal changes and reduced physical activity play a role, chronic inflammation is often a hidden contributor. Inflammatory chemicals can interfere with insulin signaling, making it more difficult for cells to respond properly to insulin. This condition, known as insulin resistance, forces the body to produce more insulin in an attempt to keep blood sugar levels under control. As insulin resistance develops, the body becomes more likely to store excess calories as fat, particularly around the abdomen. Increased body fat then produces additional inflammatory compounds, creating a vicious cycle. More inflammation leads to greater insulin resistance, and greater insulin resistance promotes additional fat storage. Over time, this cycle can significantly increase the risk of obesity, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes. The liver is also affected by this process. Chronic inflammation and excess fat accumulation can place tremendous stress on liver function. Since the liver plays a central role in regulating metabolism, processing nutrients, and removing toxins, ongoing inflammation can reduce its efficiency and further contribute to metabolic dysfunction. The brain is another organ that is highly sensitive to inflammation. Researchers now recognize that neuroinflammation, or inflammation within the nervous system, may contribute to age-related cognitive decline. Specialized immune cells in the brain, known as microglia, help protect brain tissue from damage and infection. However, when these cells become chronically activated, they may release inflammatory substances that interfere with normal communication between neurons. This persistent inflammatory activity can affect memory, concentration, learning ability, and overall cognitive performance. Many older adults describe experiencing brain fog, forgetfulness, or slower mental processing. While occasional lapses in memory are common, ongoing inflammation may increase the likelihood of more significant cognitive challenges over time. The heart, metabolism, and brain are deeply interconnected. When chronic inflammation disrupts one system, the effects often spread to others. Reduced cardiovascular health can limit blood flow to the brain. Metabolic dysfunction can increase inflammatory stress throughout the body, and cognitive decline can make it more difficult to maintain healthy lifestyle habits that protect long-term wellness. Understanding these connections highlights why controlling inflammation is not simply about relieving discomfort, but about preserving the function of the body's most vital systems as the years advance. Reducing chronic inflammation does not require complicated diets, expensive supplements, or extreme lifestyle changes. In fact, some of the most effective strategies are simple habits that can be practiced consistently over time. The goal is to create an environment within the body that supports healing, balance, and long-term health. Small daily choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but when repeated week after week and year after year, they can have a profound impact on healthy aging and longevity. One of the most powerful steps is making omega-3 rich fatty fish a regular part of the diet. Consuming fish such as salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, or herring 2 to 3 times per week provides the body with EPA and DHA, essential fats that help regulate inflammation and support heart, brain, and metabolic health. These healthy fats serve as building blocks for compounds that help resolve inflammation naturally, allowing the body to recover more efficiently from everyday stress and wear. Alongside fatty fish, a Mediterranean-style eating pattern offers additional protection against chronic inflammation. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in beneficial compounds that support cardiovascular health and help combat oxidative stress. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and arugula provide vitamins, minerals, and plant nutrients that help protect cells from damage. Berries offer powerful antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals and reduce inflammatory burden throughout the body. Avocados and walnuts contribute healthy fats and important nutrients that support both brain and heart function. Green tea contains natural compounds known as polyphenols that may help calm inflammatory pathways and support healthy aging. Together, these foods create a nutritional foundation that nourishes the body while helping to reduce many of the factors that contribute to chronic inflammation. Fiber also plays a critical role in an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains help nourish beneficial bacteria within the gut. A healthy gut microbiome supports immune balance and may reduce inflammatory activity throughout the body. Since a large portion of the immune system is closely connected to the digestive tract, maintaining gut health is an essential component of long-term wellness. Physical activity is another key element. Exercise does not need to be intense to be effective. Regular walking, gentle cycling, swimming, stretching, or strength training exercises can help reduce inflammatory markers while improving circulation, insulin sensitivity, and overall mobility. Movement encourages healthy blood flow, supports muscle maintenance, and helps prevent many of the metabolic changes associated with aging. Quality sleep should never be overlooked. During sleep, the body performs many of its most important repair functions. Inadequate sleep can increase inflammatory signals and disrupt hormone balance, making it harder to maintain energy, manage weight, and support immune health. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule and creating a restful environment can contribute significantly to inflammation control. Reducing ultra-processed foods is equally important. Many packaged foods contain refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and additives that may promote inflammation when consumed regularly. Replacing these foods with whole, nutrient-dense options gives the body the resources it needs to function at its best. Managing stress through relaxation practices, social connections, prayer, meditation, or time spent in nature can further support healthy immune function. Chronic stress activates hormonal pathways that contribute to inflammation, making emotional well-being an important part of any longevity strategy. When nutrient-rich foods, regular movement, restorative sleep, and positive daily habits work together, they create a powerful foundation for reducing inflammation at its source while supporting a healthier heart, sharper mind, stronger metabolism, and a more vibrant quality of life throughout the aging process.